Hello and welcome back. When you hear something in a language that you understand, like English, your mind automatically decodes it into something that it can understand and make sense of. But how did it learn this decoding process? The thing is, when we are born, we're like a clean slate. We don't know anything. But our mind slowly and steadily programs itself to understand the surrounding by making sense of sound, light, figures, and body language, and a lot many factors. And with time, we keep on learning new things. Now, this programming process is not limited to the learning of a child. This holds true for anything that we learn to do. So, the learning process in its core is all about programming the brain to react in a particular way when facing a particular situation. For example, learning to dance, or learning calculus, or organic chemistry, or learning to do anything. This programming process always happens involuntarily in our subconscious mind without us even realizing it. So whatever I'm speaking goes directly into your head and your mind decodes it into something that it can make sense of. Now the mind doesn't understand English, it understands electrical signals. So it decodes everything into electrical signals. Now if you decide to pass this information on to someone who understands Hindi, so the mind will code the information again into Hindi and deliver it through your vocals. And if you, being the moderator, know both the languages, the process becomes really easy and effortless. And you don't even realize the whole translation process in between. And you don't turn to a grammar book for translation every now and then. In the same way, our brain has been programming since we were born. We just never realized it. Now, this is the same with computers, because computers are the closest possible thing to human intelligence as compared to other human-made things. And they work in a similar manner like our brain, just a bit less complex. So they offer the opportunity to learn this programming process voluntarily by mimicking the working of our minds. So if you decide to learn computer programming, you will become a pro at identifying and solving your problems quickly and effectively. So in technical terms, computer programming involves writing programs that perform a certain task. So the whole programming process involves planning the solution of the problem that is presented, then designing the algorithms or the roadmaps, and then actually writing the program, then verifying it, testing it, debugging it, then deploying it, and then maintenance part. So in order to become a computer programmer, you should have a knowledge of all these components. Sounds a lot, right? But it's actually easy if you follow a very well structured roadmap towards it that I'll talk about in the next video. But here, all these steps will not be possible if the instructions are not converted into a computer understandable language. This is the point where coding becomes important. Exactly like the human brain, computer programming too has coding as an important part. So in literal terms, coding is all about translating the instructions from human language to computer language. So here you don't need to learn all the concepts of programming to start with coding. Of course, you'll learn everything as you go forward, but for starting, you don't need to learn anything. So learning to code is the first step in becoming a programmer, because coding is the most basic thing in computer programming. And it does not depend upon where you want to apply it. So you can start with any programming language you want. Now, this whole scenario gives rise to a very effective roadmap, a step-by-step guide that you can follow to become a successful programmer. So in the next video, I will give you the step-by-step guide along with all the attributes like the knowledge that you should have at every level and the tools that you need at every step and a lot more things. So stay tuned and don't forget to subscribe and share this video with your friends and comment your views. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
We know we'll be into it most of the night.